Oh, I'm live right now?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. All right. Yo.
Yeah, we in here.
Kind of surprised me with that one, but look, we got cashrulethematrix in the building today. We about to be talking about some deep topics, some nice talks, man. I've been waiting to get you in here,
man,
bro.
I'm
What's
happy
up?
to be here. I'm happy to be here. It's a beautiful space, like I was saying before. Shout out Vaughn Rebel.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Y'all go tap in with the podcast and everything they got going on because they building and trying to be innovative.
How your day been going?
Pretty good. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like every day when I wake up, some days, I don't know if y'all feel like this, but some days I wake up and I feel pretty chaotic inside. Like, I feel like I gotta take somebody off the earth. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of that energy don't even be us. It don't even be ours. It be things that we inhabit. It'd be things that we inhabit through the frequencies that they putting out in this world. You know what I'm saying? So even when we stand in our city limits and they got these electricity poles and these ley lines and all these things that make up the grid of the planet, these buildings, all that shit lower your frequency. You know what I'm saying? So that's why sometimes when I start my day, I went to nature. Usually I go to the gym, I go to work, my regular textbook. But if you in a chaotic state of mind, why are you going to work? You just
Man,
you honestly killing yourself more. Like even like when we be like, oh, but I gotta get this money. But what did you lose for the money? You could have just took a day off and then the next day worked even harder and got more out of it and then got a blessing on top of it just because you waited that day to chill out. You know what I'm saying? So today I went to nature because I was feeling real chaotic. Even though I go to nature all the time. But then, working, chilling. So, my day been cool.
I actually had something to say on top of that, man. I was just telling my coworker this today. I was just like, man, I'm so sick of working. It's draining me out, bro. And I was listening to, I'm not sure if you know who Young Pharaoh is.
Yeah, shout out Pharaoh.
Pharaoh, I actually got the chance to meet him too, but
For real?
yeah, but I be listening to him a lot, and he was
Me
talking
too.
about like shapes and energies. You know what I'm saying? And I was thinking about, I was putting the world together through what he was saying.
What
He
he
was
was
talking
saying?
about the squares, how the squares like hold energy, how the triangles refresh energy, and how
Yeah.
the circles circulate energy.
And you know what be
So
refreshing
this is
about?
like, you feel me?
Yeah, it's like a reflection of what you be learning, what you intaking in your insight. So that's why it
Yeah.
resonate. And you know why it be resonating too? Because Young Pharaoh said something that was real deep. He was like, they taught us about books, like having writing things down, but that's not really our culture. That's really a Caucasoid, Spaniard, Dutch, Portuguese culture of just writing everything down. We was like, we're oral learners, like we're visual learners, like
Right.
we write shit down. We hieroglyphic. Like we write down hieroglyphics. We use sign language. We know how to tap in with the elements. We know how to write down one symbol, and that shit might be a whole book. Like, you know what I'm saying? But that symbol, you think it's just, oh, that means, like when people be like, oh, that's the eye of Horus, the eye on the pyramid. No, it's a whole fucking background behind that pyramid. You know what I'm saying? But that's how we was able to compact information. So even just us writing down all these things on paper and laws and shit like that, that's real primitive. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying, the reason why I say that is because Pharaoh said everything that we know, everything that happened on this planet, especially that our ancestors went through. When people say we have neuromelanin, what neuromelanin is, it's an intelligence and it don't never die. That's why they say energy don't never die, just take another form. Because what Young Pharaoh was saying is we don't have to read books because it's encoded in our genetics. That's why when you hear certain information, it resonates with your soul. Even if you can't prove it immediately, you'll get something that comes in your life that justify it, or like you get a book, or you see somebody that say it, or you find an article of information off of that information that you originally thought, but you like, nah, no way. You know what I'm saying? I can't really prove this. I can't be logical. I can't logically prove this. Cause it's crazy. I was just in a car on the way here and I was watching a short. Sometimes when I'm in traffic, I'll make shorts, try to finesse the energy. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm stuck in traffic, I'm going live. You know what I'm saying? Just to transmute it. Then all of a sudden I'll be out of the traffic. It's weird how you can use magic. You can use your real power to change shit. I know I'm jumping everywhere, but
No, I'm with you. I'm
you know what I'm
gonna jump
saying?
in. I'm gonna let you. Yeah, I'm gonna let you.
I was just jumping through different downloads and shit. Though I got caught on the train of thought. I forgot what I was getting at before that.
Nah. I'm following along with you, bro. I'll be doing
Yeah.
the same thing, man. What I really be trying to get into is just kind of like reading my environment too a lot now, because I be in situations where I feel something inside. I don't know exactly, just like you were saying. I don't know exactly. I can't pinpoint why I feel like that, but later down the road, I'll like the other day. Hold on, let me rewind. Like the other day, I was trying to go out so bad. I was
Yeah.
trying to go out so bad, bro. I couldn't find my keys at first.
Everything
You feel
was
me?
just
Everything,
not letting it
bro.
happen.
Gas. I couldn't. I didn't find my
You had to
card.
force it, damn
Yeah.
near.
So I was like, you know, I'm about to stay inside.
Yeah,
I don't know
fuck
what
it.
the hell is out there.
Even though that
know what I'm
part of
saying?
you kind of wanted to, you know, you want to get a look. That's the thing, bro. We hear, like, even when you're on your spiritual journey, bro, and people be like, isolation, shadow work on yourself. We understand that, but we here to interact with humans, bro. We here to actually have a life experience. But the only reason why we be so jaded on going out is because a lot of people got funky ass energy. So it
Yeah.
ain't that we don't like people. Like when people be like, bro, I hate people. I don't like being around people. No, you don't like low vibrational people probably, or you don't like yourself. It's either or something going on to where you ain't clean something up. Because anybody who know they self and got love and value for themselves, they love being out, they love going places, they like doing things, but it's like you want to be at a certain frequency when you go. But I really feel that because you could be wanting to go somewhere so bad, but everything in your day is not working out. But then I got some shit that'll happen, right? And it'll be lined up. Like when I went to New York, it was lined up. Like I bought the ticket, the night of hearing about it, like hearing about the trip. Like I ain't even contemplated it because my boys was like, hey, we going to New York. And then something in me was just like, I'm gonna get a ticket. Boom, boom. So it kind of just went through. Like, but any other time, you're gonna try to pre-plan your trip, get the 2 weeks, make sure the B&B is there first and all this. But so that's when I realized, like, it's certain things in life that if that shit's supposed to play out, it's just gonna play out. And what I was saying earlier with our Akashic records, that's our genetic coding. So everything that you experience is stored in your DNA, your DEA. You know what I'm saying? It's stored in your genetics. So you have memories of past trauma. You know how that be like you got post traumatic from slavery and all this shit, and you might have traumas from your ancestors or even like spells that was put on us from us infighting. You know what I'm saying? But everybody wasn't even in slavery too, so niggas got to talk about that. When they talk about slavery, that was the products of people who were prisoners of war. Cause I was thinking about that. I was just saying this shit earlier. I'm like, yo, what real man gonna sit there and hear a goddess, a woman, a divine feminine getting whipped on in the back, whap, whap with a whip. She's screaming at the top of her lungs, and these niggas just keep digging on the floor, digging
Bro,
up
that's
or
the
picking cotton.
mentality, bro. That's the mentality now, though.
But this the thing though. All the real niggas, they wasn't there. They was fighting.
Yeah.
So anybody that was in them camps that were men, they probably was injured, hurt, sick, or they was just pussy. They ain't had no heart. They already got broke, or they might have got butt broke. You never know. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm trying to say is they don't never, like, when I was in school, they never taught us about the Seminole Indian Wars. They never taught us about the Gullah Wars. They never even taught us we the original Indians. Niggas had to
I
just
heard
kind of
about
figure
that.
that out. Like we just had to figure that out. But why everybody in their family, everybody grandma say, "Oh, I got a little Cherokee in me," or "won't, won't, won't."
Yeah.
I know that's what I'm from the Bay Area. I'm from Oakland.
Ooh,
But I know that's what my grandma say. You know what I'm saying? My grandma was like always like, "Oh, I got Cherokee in my blood." And my nana from my mom's side, see, that's my nana on my dad's side. She's from South Carolina. That's where most of us from. But on my mom's side, my nana from Louisiana. So that's the Gullah Geechee. And when you look at South Carolina, my grandma, when she said she got Cherokee Indian in her blood, Cherokee is a made up tribe. Like that's a made up name. That's not even an original tribe name. Like our tribe name was like Wachita, like Shinnecock Indians, Blackfoot, all type of different tribes, like Gullah Geechee. That was one of the tribes, you know what I'm saying? Mississippians, because we used to be on the Mississippi River. And the Mississippi River used to flow and function through America, and that's how a lot of people ate off that land. Like that was Egypt before Egypt. You know what I'm saying? When you look at that, that's like the original Nile River for real.
Bro, why don't they claim like Egypt is Africa, bro? Like why don't
It's
they
because they try to
I'm getting
divide.
confused about that shit.
It's because it's a part of the Hegelian dialect. So the Hegelian dialect is to give you the problem and solution. So when you see a bunch of parasitic, like Hegelian dialect come from the Hegelism, some
If you
guy.
see the geography of Egypt,
Yeah.
where it's located. It's located in the places right next to Eastern Asia.
Right.
So it's a place where a
So
lot of people could travel to.
that's right.
People will come there from everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, it's a long history of Egypt, and I think that's one thing people got to understand.
Yeah.
Right now, we got people fighting. They were mad because they making Cleopatra black.
Oh, I see.
In
Right,
the,
right.
No, they make No, they made Cleopatra white.
No, they made her black.
No, they trying to restore history, but they've been so
old girl
jaded
made her
that they
black.
can't even believe it. Like it's like.
But the thing
it
is this
offends
though.
them.
Who the fuck knows?
Who know?
We know that she was Greek. She was part Greek.
Yeah.
Because she was in the Greek when the Greek ruled Egypt. The Greek ruled Egypt for a little while.
Yep.
This is known. The Romans ruled Egypt for a little while.
Yeah.
All these motherfuckers took it over. The originals were black. We know
That's
that.
right. We all know that.
Yeah,
That's why I ain't blurred it out.
Understand that after all these centuries of people living there and coming there being there, it's just like here.
Erosion's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Time is gonna happen. New people gonna function. You got to think about this. The people that they call like foreign invaders or white people in Egypt and shit like that, they stumbled across Egypt and it was already it was vacant. Those pyramids was vacant when them Arabs and all them found that. You know what I'm saying? That's why when you see so many pale faces, or when they make a movie in Hollywood called The Gods of Egypt and it's all white folks and shit like that, or when they make Cleopatra black, even though it might be original documentation that says she black, it's been so much whitewash history that, and it's been so much divide and conquer lies that it don't matter if you tell the truth. It's always gonna be a side of somebody who fighting it back. That's why I brought up the Hegelian dialect, because
right now I was talking to my homeboy, and the Egyptians they don't like black people.
Yeah,
the Muslims don't like black
because they know.
It's a big fight. Most of them, if they don't know, they came from Asia. The Arabs came from Asia.
Yeah.
But they are invaders.
Mongoloids.
They are invaders, and nobody will never ever say that they are invaders.
Nope.
But they invaded Africa.
That's right.
And the northern Africa regions that they took over and brought Muslim religions, those weren't Arabs there.
That's right.
There was a lot more
indigenous aboriginals.
The Moor people was there.
That's right.
These people weren't Arab, but the Arabs have took over most of northern Africa.
They even got the Moors documented coming in and dealing with the, like, you know how they say it's Native Americans in America. See, this is how I think of it. You got tribes called the Queen Khalifa tribe. She had the Khalifians in California. So that was a black goddess. That was a black woman who ran a tribe in California. Yeah. She ran that whole land. But they were dealing with what they call Afro Latinos, Mexicans now. But the Mexicans been over there. That's why when you see Arizona, Mexico, California, it's hella Mexicans, because they been here, but they been spliced down. But they got documentation of Moors coming to America in 932. We linking up, trading gold, all type of shit before any invaders came. So that's why I start to think about it. I'm like, yo, even when we talk about like the creation of this new species, like this Mongoloid, this Arab, this Mexican, this Dravidian, this white boy, whatever you want to call them, I get to think like it gotta be a spirit that came within the body, because there's no way a group of skin, fair skin came and just took over all these beautiful, luxurious civilizations. There's no way these people came out the caves like how they try to tell us and just took all this shit over. That's not how this shit work. I feel like it's a spirit that must have manifested on this earth, or on this on this realm, and started happening in these certain bodies, certain souls, like especially like this warlord energy. When you think about a lot of them Muslims, a lot of them Arabs, they got a lot of warlord energy. Like they'll kill you for their God. You know what I'm saying? They don't believe in that. Oh, peace. You know what I'm saying? They might say peace, but they'll blow your shit up. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they conquered a lot of our people that way, because you got to think about it.
Even though peaceful people though.
That's what I was that's what I was getting to, because I'm like, even though they say like, okay, we got Seminole Indian Wars, Gullah Wars, and all this. You got to think about it. When they first came, they used to send missionaries to America, bro, because it was already stories of America, the wonders and riches and the abundant land in America. So even Christopher Columbus, when they say he discovered America, no, Christopher Columbus, he got orders from the British military to come over here and take shit, because they had already sent missionaries to go scope the tribes. But what the missionaries do when they came here? Oh, they ain't say we're here to spread the Bible and we're gonna take your land. They was like, hey, how you doing? I'm here on a spiritual journey. I'm trying to learn about the land. Snake their way in. How you doing? Then when they go back home, this is where they keep this. This is where they keep this. Send the army. You know what I'm saying? But when they first showed up, it was just one cracker, so they probably wasn't tripping. You know what I'm saying? But then you might even have a missionary that infiltrate a group, and they be like, hey, we could provide you this, this, and this. Just give us one of your tribes. And then you might have a Native American or indigenous Aboriginal tribe. They might be beefing with a tribe over there, and they sell them out. You know what I'm saying? So it happened
in this time of day.
It happened to anything that's happening right now. It been it's a spiral in energy. Like, it's crazy you said that, because even when you see things us in the hood and shit like that, like how niggas kill over baby mamas and shit like that, that been happening. You know what I mean? Like how it be so much beef, or even how like our I'm gonna tap on this a little bit, but I don't like speaking on like divine feminine all the way, because I don't want to look like I'm some nigga who just like, oh, black women. You know what I'm saying? I don't be want to look like one of them. But it's a lot of shit we gotta speak that's true though. You know what I'm saying? So like, even when you hear about I know I'm jumping everywhere, y'all. Like, I ain't even introduce myself. But
I did. I got you.
Okay, for sure. But even when you see the story of Pocahontas and things like that, these people, not only did they send missionaries, they'll try to marry in our families, bro, so they can get the blood right. So they'll try to come fuck our wives, daughters, sisters, aunties, and come in and really infiltrate through that, and through all type of disease and shit like that. So they had multiple ways of bumping us out of there. It wasn't like they showed up with their guns out, because it would have been up. You know what I'm saying? If they showed up like, we want to take y'all in, it would have been a real problem, fam. But they got the stories of how we were the peaceful people, and we were the original seeds of the planet, and we birthed the nation and all this shit. So when they come on the lands and find all these people, they like, yo, we know they peaceful, but they don't know about this musket. You know what I'm saying? So when I up this musket and take out the chief, they gonna all think that, oh, they gonna be scared, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta think about it. Like, if you come to a tribe who practice spiritual, they ain't been warned for hundreds of years. It's not like they never fought wars, but time go on. So you look at the Indians, and they coming in and shit like that. If you got a missionary who come out of nowhere and smoke your chief that you ordered to, you think y'all doing spiritual practice, y'all doing ritual dances, then you see a white cracker come out of nowhere and smack your chief with a musket headshot. What's that gonna do to your psyche? After a while, you'll start believing in Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's a lot of brainwashing they did. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of tactics they use to take us over, but it ain't like how they told us. Like, we just got conquered and we laid down. You know?
Yeah. No, it's gonna be different stories on different sides. I already know that.
Mm-hmm.
What I want to do, I want to get us back on track though, because
we went off on a tangent a little bit.
If not, we gonna be trust me.
Yeah.
I want to start hitting down some topics real quick. Just throw out some questions and we could talk about it. Now the first one is, I know that you on a plant-based journey.
Mm-hmm.
How did you start that, and why?
First, I'm gonna tell you why I started it, because I learned about all the fumes and inflammatories they putting in the meat. I learned about it first, because I'm not gonna say, because when I used to eat meat and I used to wake up and go to the toilet and be on the toilet hurting, my stomach hurting, I'm just getting it out. I thought, oh, that's just regular. That's just you using the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? Getting it out. But as time went on, I eat some Chick-fil-A nuggets. This how I first started, bro.
I want to know.
I remember it was August 2020. And first, it started with me getting all this money finessed through shout out Trump. I'm just gonna say shout out Trump. You know what I'm saying? So Trump opened the floodgates so we could start earning some money, right? So I had this certain amount of money. This before I had a spiritual awakening all the way. I always had seeds planted in my life, but this is before I went all the way like hardcore. Like, no, I'm damn near a new vessel now. Like, that old spirit with me was gone. You know what I'm saying? You know, you got that idling spirit when you was turning up with your friends. You watch your old stories from 3 years ago. You be like, who is this guy? You know what I'm saying? Who is this person? But now it's like you got a different look about you in your eyes. It's because you finally woke up. So I remember 2020, I was having all this money to where it was in, but my car was fucked up. So I'm like, I'm ordering food every day. I'm ordering whatever I want, anything. You know what I'm saying? Salmons, chickens, and shrimps, and all type of steak,
Eating
shrimps,
good out here,
and
huh?
baked potatoes, and all type of shit. Ordering from every restaurant. But it got to the point where I'm like, yo, I done had everything. I done had everything. So I remember I ordered I got a smash burger one time, and I bit into the burger, and the meat was red. And I was like, I'm never eating a burger again. I'm just only eating chicken and fish. Fuck burgers.
I'm on that. I'm on that right now.
Yeah,
Just chicken and fish right now.
I'm like, bro, I'm done with beef, because I can't even. My stomach is just said no. You know what I'm saying? And mind you, I ain't eat. This is one of them days I ain't eat all day, and I was finally eating, so it wasn't even like I was not hungry. But the had burger. Even I could have just reheated it and ate it. You know what I'm saying? But it was just that idea of the burger. So I remember I got some Chick-fil-A like a week later. I was getting pissed. I got pissed after that, and then I was learning all this information. And I remember I learned about like the Epstein Island and Jeffrey Epstein and all that shit. I was learning about all that. because me going plant-based and me kind of waking up happened at the same time, because I've been hearing information. Like my pops used to play Khalid Muhammad. He used to play Minister Louis Farrakhan and fall asleep to lectures and shit. I used to be like, why are you listening to somebody talk for 3 hours? What the fuck?
It's soothing sometimes.
But now all I do is listen to lectures. But as a kid, when you're young and shit, you just you be sometimes you just be irritated at your parents type shit. I'd be like, yo, why my dad, he'll be laying down, put the cover over his head and just listen to downloads. But now that's all I do. But as a kid, I didn't understand. You know what I'm saying? So as I get on learning information and things like that, it got to a pivotal point. So I was learning about Jeffrey Epstein, the islands. I seen this video like about Hollywood. I seen Kim Kardashian eating a placenta cake. I seen her eating a cake, and it was a human, but it was a cake. And they have these parties they go to where these artists make cakes, and they look like human bodies with big eyes and shit like that. But once I seen that, I was just like,
they got a product. Kim Kardashian. I don't know if it's Kim Kardashian or her sister, but they got a product that they put the adrenaline. I mean,
adrenochrome.
Adrenochrome. And I actually had bought it because I bought
to see what it was.
Yeah, I bought it. I wanted to see what it would do. You feel me? But yeah, man, that shit real, bro. I feel like that shit real.
A lot of human
that Asian cream type.
But a lot of us already is subjected to cannibalism, especially if you're eating these fast foods. They got a lot of human body parts and shit like that in the fast food. Listen, before I go in a little further, I'm young. I'm only 22 years old on this Gregorian calendar. So if it sounds like I'm regurgitating information or I'm not sourcing everything, I'm on my journey. I'm only giving y'all my experience right now. As I grow in development with my brain, I'll be able to give you 50 books for everything I say. You know what I'm saying? But even when it comes to conversations like that, if you looking for a source in everything somebody say, that means you probably don't believe in yourself. Because anybody who hears some information and don't go do their own due diligence on their own and just take it as law when they say it, that means you're a fool. You know what I'm saying? So it don't matter if I provide you 5 sources, you're still gonna be a fool. You know what I'm saying? Because you questioning somebody so much, you might as well not even tune into. I was just like I was saying earlier, I was watching this live with Billy Carson, the shorts, and somebody in the comment was like, never trust somebody who don't give sources when they talk. You know what I'm saying? Which is like that's credible in a way. You know what I'm saying? But just because somebody don't source something what they talk, they took a 60-second clip of Billy Carson and say, oh, this man, they'll think he don't source and all that. But if you look at his backtrack, his work, it's source everywhere. You know what I'm saying? It's all type of indoctrination. He pop up to the pyramids and it'll be there. Like, that's why I fuck with Billy Carson and like creators and shit like that. But they always are gonna hate. You know what I'm saying? It's always a hating energy that's gonna come up. But let me get back to the plant-based thing, right? I just wanted to say that to make a disclaimer on folks that be like, oh, he young, he just regurgitating shit he learned on TikTok. That's not even true. Like a lot of this shit was.
I'm pretty much I'm pretty sure you experienced this shit too. So
yeah, I went through a lot of things that correlate. But just because you hear something that resonates with you and you learned it offline or you got it from offline, that don't mean it ain't real. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, I could have literally experienced it. So to get back to the plant-based thing. So that next week after I figured out about the Jeffrey Epstein shit, I ordered some Chick-fil-A, bro. And after I ate the Chick-fil-A, I got some 10-piece nuggets, some fries, and strawberry milkshake. It was like August 2020. My stomach started hurting, bro. I'm like, bro, I can't even eat no Chick-fil-A. What the fuck? Like, I just want some food. You know what I'm saying? I'm hungry. I want some good Chick-fil-A. Like, I thought it was normal food. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, why is my stomach hurt? I'm tired of this shit, bro. I'm tired of like having all these stomach pains and shit like that. Like, and I was learning about when you kill meat. See, even when people say I'm plant-based, I'm vegan, nigga, you're still eating you're still eating people, like things. Like plants are alive too. So if you think you're not eating things that you just want to eat things with nutrients that's alive. See, think about animals. If you're not growing your animals on your own land, you don't know what they being fed. So you can't process the minerals and break down that energy when you eating from a dead animal. On top of that, they killing the animals, bro. Like in slaughterhouses. Y'all know about slaughterhouses. Y'all remember that old video of the chicken, McDonald's chickens?
Yeah.
And remember that back in the day? Remember all that? That shit used to be, especially, and the thing about it is people like to ride consciousness and shit now, but it been gems that been dropped on us our whole life. You know what I'm saying? They been showing us shit, like, especially if you was in the like red room type videos and those videos where you could find somebody getting their head blown off and shit like that. Like they been dropping gems. Nowadays it's more watered down, honestly. You know what I'm saying? But back then you would figure out some shit and be like, yo, I ain't telling nobody. Like, you be ooked back then to learn some shit. Now it's like it's normal to say some regular shit, talk about adrenochrome. 2010, you'd be scared, but that's because we in a new frequency. We on a higher vibration in this world, and that fear frequency is leaving this planet. You know what I'm saying? It's leaving this planet. But to go back to the plant-based journey and shit like that. So after I had that Chick-fil-A, I just had an epiphany, and I was like, yo, I'm tired of eating meat. And I was learning like how we're alkaline beings in our stomach. It's not even that big to be intaking those clumps of meat that we be eating. Our stomach not even that big. So when you think about the size of your stomach, that's why you can eat something, you be full like hella quick. Because your body might be breaking something down, or you might be still full from yesterday. You still got nutrients of food. So even today, I haven't ate today. So I've been intermediate fasting. I woke up around 7 a.m. So if I woke up at 7 a.m., what is that? Probably like 8-9 hours by now. Now I barely drink water. Like, this is my first water of the day.
Damn.
So I dry fast and I do shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But that's like where I done got to in my journey. But when I first started, I got a little bit more with the plant based, but I ain't gonna go too long with the plant based. So
we gonna knock these. Yeah, we gonna knock the topics out.
Bet.
But you go ahead. What you were saying.
So when I first started, I'm like, I quit tobacco at the same time too. I'm like, I'm quitting I still smoking gas, but I was like, I'm smoking papers. I'm like, I'm quitting tobacco. I'm quitting all meat. I'm quitting all dairy. I'm done. Then I made my first video. I was making my videos. I used to send my pops when he was still alive. I used to send him like little pictures of like blueberries and mangoes. He like, this nigga vegan now for real. Like, I used to eat like I had Dr. Sebi Alkaline list. Like, I was on tripping that first 6 months. I'm like,
shout out Dr. Sebi, man.
Yeah, shout out,
bro.
Long live Sebi, man. Long live Sebi, because you know they did him dirty, bro. They did him dirty, but that's what they do when they got us all individualized. One thing I want to say before I go on this, bro, we all got a part to play. Like, Dr. Sebi said something, and that shit fuck with my heart, because they did the same thing to Pharaoh, same thing Rashad Jamal, same thing to Brother Polite, Dr. Malachi Z. York, Larry Hoover, anybody. So what our people got a sickness because, say, Dr. Sebi cured AIDS. Dr. Sebi said this himself. He said, if a Japanese man cured AIDS, Japan cured AIDS. If a China man cured AIDS, China cured AIDS. If a Mexican cured AIDS, the Mexicans cured AIDS. But when Dr. Sebi cured AIDS, that's Dr. Sebi over there in the corner. Get him. Don't get us. Like, Dr. Sebi on that. You know what I'm saying? So we ain't get his back. Like, think about all the black leaders back then. None of them talked about Sebi. And Sebi used to call them out, bro. He used to be like, yo, none of these black leaders talking about me curing AIDS. Why? Like, they wouldn't even give him the chance. It's because half of these niggas was paid by the Boule, the Black Hidden Hand, the Dirty Moors, all these people that work within this system, and they hire these pale faces. But in reality, it's some niggas doing this shit to us. It's a lot of it's a group called the Black Zionist Jews, bro, and they behind a lot of this shit, bro. They hired the JDL, the ADL. You know how they be like the Jews running the music industry and all this shit. Who hired them? Who put them in position? Niggas. Why you think it's pictures of the Pope kissing a nigga feet, an African leader feet? It's the Pope sit there and pray to goddess Lilith. He prayed to a dark black goddess. Like, it's a picture of a black woman with a black baby, and the Pope sit there and pray to her every time he go to the thing. But they ain't gonna tell us this. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna tell us this shit because they like, once you know who you is, we stop profiting, we stop benefiting. You know what I'm saying? But like, to go back to the journey and things like that. So I went cold turkey. I went cold turkey with everything. But after 6 months, I got back lenient. So I started eating like soy meat, vegan burger, shit like that. Now, vegan food is cool, but you gotta know what's in it. So like I told you, cauliflower tacos, cauliflower, flour tortillas. But if you just eating some shit called a vegan patty and it's all this extra shit in there, you gotta be careful. You know what I'm saying? Because it'd be a lot of synthetic GMO soy lecithin shit that break you down way worse than meat. So if you gonna go eat vegan meat all the time, you might as well eat meat. You know what I'm saying? You might eat some real chicken. Even though the chicken not real nowadays and shit like that. But damn, I'm getting so many points. I'm getting so many downloads. They be overtopping each other. So another thing I wanted to say too is like, even when people say like, oh, you're eating vegan meat and vegan food, or the fruit is genetically modified too. You acting like everything we wasn't eating before. They ain't been genetically modifying lettuce, burgers, chicken, all that chicken.
They ain't even got season nothing no more. That's the thing. I'm like, I go to the store, I be trying to find like season shit. They don't got no season nothing.
It's not the same. You don't even right because you don't even find the same seasonings in the store. You right because I be doing deliveries and shit like that, and I be looking, and sometimes I'll go pick up some spice and I'll be like, yo, why is it like two of a lot of like it's two?
No, I'm talking about like the seeds, like
the seeds.
they
I
don't
thought you
even
were talking
have
about the
seeds,
seasonings.
like seeds no more in anything like grapes or
You
nothing.
heard
I'm
about
like, damn.
the Monsanto company?
Go into it real quick.
They're agricultural company, and they sell genetically modified seeds. So even if you got a couple farmer growers, they selling genetically modified seeds to grow the fruits that go to our grocery store. So Monsanto is partnered with Sprouts, Whole Foods,
Oh damn, they got us like
so
that.
you thinking you going to get some organic food? They put it on a green piece of paper. It's called greenwashing. They put it on a green piece of paper. They put some clear plastic bag. They got the whole everything looking lit. You buy a peach, but when you go home, that shit turn. Or you buy a banana, you go home, it's rotten in a day. That's because for number one, it's a genetically modified seed, so you getting synthetic nutrients. Another thing they'll spray on, they spray on some shit, or they'll freeze it. They know how to freeze it in a certain way in the store temperature. That's why when you walk in grocery stores, it be cold. If it was hot in grocery stores, all that shit would be looking icky.
I already know.
But that's why I fuck with Food City. You go in Food City, or you go to one of the Mexican little grocery markets or an Asian market. You see the little couple rotten ones in there. I'll be like, oh yeah, I'm rocking with y'all because I know they real. At least I know they came off a tree or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Now you got to use your discernment in everywhere you go, but even when you're trying to eat healthy, they strip down a lot of the nutrients. But even though they stripped a lot of the nutrients out of the organic foods and organic things, that don't mean okay, I'm eating McDonald's every day. That don't mean do that. You know what I'm saying? You still can get nutrients from this planet, from Mother Earth, because a lot of things that they try to do to kill us, we become immune to. You know what I'm saying? So you can still better your health. That still don't mean don't make your smoothies, make your teas. Really get on your teas, your herbs, and your fruits. If you balance all three of them out, you're gonna be hydrated. And once you hydrated, you're gonna be able to discern it and be able to eat how you want to. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of us we walk around here dehydrated. Like I'm still working on my hydration process. But the fact that I can even do shit like dry fasting and things like that is because I understand how to study my body. So another thing on my plant-based journey, the times where I thought I was hungry, I was not that hungry. Like a lot of times would tell us, like even now, I'm gonna get some food after this. But if I didn't smoke, bro, I would not eat. I'm telling you. If I didn't smoke, I wouldn't eat.
Hungry
Yeah, I wouldn't eat. Like I only stimulate myself and I work out too. So the fact that I work out and I smoke cannabis, it activate my stimulation to actually want some food, you know?
How do you feel about marijuana in 2023, man?
So when I first started smoking weed, it was like 27. I don't know about the year, but let's just say this. I know a lot of people who've been smoking cannabis, the herb, since 12 years old, 13 years old, and their brains are underdeveloped. Their brains are underdeveloped. But me, I didn't start smoking cannabis till I turned 17, so it didn't have that effect on me. Even though we all really have an addictive nature, because that's that melanin. That melanin craves sugar. It craves, like we naturally supposed to be sugar beings. That's why Dr. Sebi said we electric being, because we got a natural substance for creation, for sauce. That's why we like sugar, seasoning, because that's who we is naturally. So that's why they give us synthetic sugar. That's why they give us fake sugar, because they know we naturally want an apple. That's why they say you apple.
That sugar is a drug, bruh.
But the thing about it is,
that sugar is drug, bro.
But the thing about it is, even the word drug, you know what I'm saying? There's natural sugars in nature that we can intake that ain't gonna fuck us up. You know what I'm saying? We got natural things and sweeteners and shit like that. Everything in nature they replicated. So even how they make cane white sugar,
we
used to use a sugar that was way more pure, and it didn't give us all these problems within our shit. Even cane sugar by itself, it's not even bad. It's when they add all of them. It's when they add their shit on there. It's when the FDA do their little shit on there. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about weed is, weed was better when it wasn't legal. When it wasn't legalized. You know what I'm saying? Because now they trying to now they destroying the herb, just like how they destroy soy. Soy used to be something that wasn't genetically modified. It used to be something you could actually fuck with. But now the soybean plant has been genetically modified, and they say it boosts estrogen and shit. Like same thing with the weed. They spraying it on all type of pesticides and shit like that on the weed. Like I usually fuck with a plug, you know what I'm saying? I got a plug I always fuck with, you know what I'm saying? But recently I've been going to the club, the Cannabis club and shit like that. I'm a high power alchemist. I can play with them elements so I can smoke that weed and not like tap in with certain like urges and shit, but I feel them. And I'll be like, that's that fucking weed. But if I wouldn't have the power of myself, that's why people be at the house. They'll buy some Cannabis club weed and they'll be at the house watching TV, jacking off. They don't know why they keep eating snacks. They don't know why. It's because that weed putting you in a feminized ass state. It's putting you in a docile, stagnant state. You know what I'm saying? So with weed nowadays, like when I first started smoking weed, we knew the growers. Even though 2017, that's not that long ago, but we knew the growers. And I grew up in Cali, so Humboldt up the street, Cali itself, you could grow some shit in your back. All my partners had plants. You know what I'm saying? So you getting a blue cookie bag, but that shit ain't coming from that far. You know what it is. You smell it. It's a natural, exotic. All that runt shit. We had shit growing out the ground naturally that was shitting on runts. We was smoking guava, gelato 30. Bro, I was smoking gelato 33, gelato 41 before runts came out, bro. And the weed was purple naturally, bro. No spray on pesticide, but all of a sudden runts come out. These packages come out. And now they doing anything to make the weed. They making it grow fast. They doing certain shit to speed up the process. But cannabis is a natural herb that grow from the planet. So I'ma always dwelling with the herb. But for some people, they don't have enough willpower to smoke it. And it ain't even about weed. It's just some people have weak willpower. Some people have weak spirit. So it don't matter if they stop smoking weed. They'll find another vice. But we all have a vice in life, bro. You know what I'm saying? So even if you still smoking weed, even though you know it's pesticides, it's making you feminized, if you understand that, you better quit weed or learn how to conquer it. But stop dealing with being in the middle, getting pushed around. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, they be like, oh, weed is bad for you. And every time they hear about it, they get mad or angry because they don't want to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? But if you just deal with this shit and embrace it, bro, embrace what you going through, fam. That's why I be telling people, fam, like, even if you in whatever you in, either embrace it or let it go. Because either than that, it's gonna be fucking with you. You know what I'm saying? So
And I agree with that
you
because
know,
honestly, I know a lot of people that are like that say they're addicted to weed,
yeah,
but I had stopped smoking weed for like 3 years because I
yeah,
had a job and I was getting drug tested and all this stuff.
hmm
But it didn't even phase me, and I'm
yeah,
just like, how is everybody addicted to weed,
addicted.
bro? I don't even like. I could just quit whenever
Just
I
quit
want
when I
to,
want
for real.
to.
For real.
Like if I didn't want to
That's
smoke
crazy.
weed, I wouldn't smoke it. Like a lot of people, they be victims in hell and they be entrapped in their own mind. So a lot of people like feel like, oh, I want to get better. Like I even have people talk to me. They'll be projecting with me, bro. All you gotta do is quit weed and you gonna be good. And won't. I'm like, yo, how you know how I'm conducting my vibration? How you know how I'm feeling? How you know that weed is detrimenting my being? What I eat don't make you shit. But a lot of people they live in that. Even with, but I gotta be careful on not being a hypocrite on my words. Even though we all hypocrites, that's all English witchcraft bullshit that they try to do. So we don't elevate our thoughts. People will be like, I don't want a hypocrite. I don't want to cross over ideals or ideas I got in my head because I don't want to be a hypocrite. Bro, fuck they limitations. Fuck they language, bro. Do what you got to do to grow. Everything I'm saying today, tomorrow I would be like, I don't jack none of that shit, nigga. I was in a process. That was old me. That's why people be like, yesterday me. I don't know. Yesterday me. I'm me today. You know what I'm saying? Because we always learning. When you stop learning, when you stop trying to develop your brain, when you stop processing, that's when you dead already, bro. If you on this planet and you just complaining, pointing your finger at shit, that's because, bro, something else is inhabiting that spirit. It's using your energy. That's a lot of people. They getting their energy used by another user. You know, it's the
Bro,
law. It's the law of the universe.
I got something. I wanted to tap into something real quick because you had hit on something that I'm into. I don't know if you know who Daylight is. Do you know who Daylight
Shout
is?
out Daylight.
Yeah,
Bro, you fuck with Daylight?
I mean, I fuck with
I ain't think
everybody, bro.
nobody really knew. He
I love
sleep
Daylight,
that,
bro.
but he really conscious. Cause you know how niggas be like, I'm spiritual,
You know, he
loving. Like
on some
he
hood
the
kind of shit.
he the one that really like
don't
he'll
care,
expose
bro.
them. You know what I'm saying? And break his
Right.
shit down. And he keep that shit real, bro. That's why I
Right.
fuck with Day, bro. And you
I
really
want.
from Watts, bro. That's why I fuck with him. Like a nigga from the trenches.
I gotta say something about that though.
That's crazy.
Because you had said something about the language, right? And I had listened to one of his podcasts, and I was just like, I'm like, bro, like it got me thinking though. It got me really thinking like the English language is a trap, and it's you know how like our people or even Spanish people, man, they use the they tongue to kind of like vibrate.
You
and
can feel
open
it when they talk.
They like pineal gland and shit.
Yeah.
So I was just like, bro, like the way I speak, I started listening to like how I speak, and I'm like, yo, like that's crazy, bro. Like just like with everything though.
You know what's crazy too? I was just talking about this earlier. I feel like English take away from our power. Our voices is way stronger than this.
Yeah.
Like even in your soul, you can feel your voice, but it's like English. It stop you from me. I can't even get out everything I want to say right now. But if I can just and you know what I'm saying, and you knew what I was saying, they'd be like, "Oh yeah, he just said that shit. He just said that shit." That's why when black folks get around, sometimes you know, feel me, right? We could do that and have a whole conversation. Yeah, we could kind of whoop our way through the whole convo because English be like it be constricting us. You know what I'm saying? So when we use this language, I feel like we don't even get the power that we could do. Even when you doing things like magic, you practicing your black voodoo. Because I want to talk about black magic, your voodoo, your hoodoo, shit your ancestors used to be into. I want to talk about that because a lot of the devil, one man's god might be your devil. You know what I'm saying? So I want to talk about that. So when they tell you that black magic is bad, voodoo is bad, stay away from that Satan shit. You going down to Jesus or you going down to Christianity, but that's magic in itself. So when you even look at the Bible, that's a book of spells. That's a grimoire. That's a grimoire. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at these books, they have good fruit in them. You could take from them, but if you're getting suppressed by dogma to not look into something, that's what you got a spell on you. You won't go over there because the fear of hell. Fear. If you're not doing something because of fear, I don't want to look at that. I might go to hell. Nigga, that sounds like a spell to me.
Right.
But I don't think a lot of people, I don't think they meant to look at like to get on that level of consciousness. Like a lot of people, they won't be able to double entendre they shit. That's why I love music. Music teach you how to like look at metaphors and shit.
And they be
similes.
putting spells in music, bro.
Yeah.
They putting spells in, man. I be listening. I remember this was like 10 years ago, but and I don't know if it was Lil Wayne or Eminem, but you would play one of their songs backwards and hear like certain things, messages in it, and you're like,
weird
hold on.
shit.
Like
I used to do that shit on my Nintendo DS, bro. I used to put that shit backwards.
Okay, cool.
It was a video. I think it was a video showing people how to do it and shit because YouTube used to hit. Like YouTube used to suggest you used to be able to watch a video, go to your like YouTube used to fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? It used to give you everything you wanted. But nowadays it's like they still kind of cater to you, but it'll be the same channels or it'll be the same video. They'll suggest you a video you already watched. You'd be like, what the fuck? But back then you would get videos, little gems like that. So I remember I seen that video or because I
which one with the Eminem or Lil Wayne?
No, it was just like play this song backwards.
Yeah, okay.
No, it was the Obama speech.
Oh, I ain't heard that one.
You never heard the Obama speech? It's like something like it's like he's saying something like hate it's something that's like Satan or some shit. Some type of Satan shit. But it's all weird and low frequency, so you could feel it. You could feel it like it's like I still remember hearing it, like being 8 years old. That shit kind of had me ooked for real. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh shit. Nigga, Obama finna get me, you know what I'm saying? Obama the devil type shit. But even back then though, it been being gems dropped. But when they say even when they say music is spells, bro. Music is life. Music is vibration. Music is a muse. It's a channel for it's a channel you use. It's a sound vibration you conduct to channel a message. So it ain't the music that's evil. It's the niggas that's making them spells on a beat that's evil. So even when people be like, when I go to the studio, I don't convert every single one of my songs to 432 hertz. I don't really do that because when I get in the booth, first of all, the people that make my beats, they have high frequencies. They resonate with what I be saying. I make sure. But even if the beat got a little boom, like if it's a little too 808, I'm gonna say some shit on there to where it's gonna feel like a war chant. I'm saying liberating things. So even if the beat smacking you, I'm saying liberating things. So you feel more empowered than just like I want to kill somebody. You feel like, nah, I feel this. Like it's this power. Like, cause you gotta think about it. The reason why the 808 resonate with us so much because we melanin move off creation. Bobby Hemmett said this shit. Melanin don't. If you're not moving, if you're not creating, it shut down the melanin. So the way our melanin work, that's why we dance and we move and we groove or like when you before you hit the studio unit, you listening to a beat, you don't just start you listen to the beat first and be like, like, you know, my favorite beat is like to catch the flow with survival of the fittest, Mile Deep, because it's like that's like the intro to every God. Like you, when you hear that survival of the fittest come on, you just feel like you walking through the path on your life path, because music tell a story, and that's what they was doing through their music at the time. You know what I'm saying? I even went to Queensbridge when I went to New York. That shit was fire, bro. I was tapping in, but because Prodigy grew up there and shit like that.
Oh, that's fire. That's
Yeah,
fire.
even though he wasn't originally born there and shit like that, Havoc just brought him in, and they started hanging out over there. Because I read his book, I got the drop on it. But it was still good to see that where that essence of energy came from, bro. And my hotel just ended up being right by Queensbridge. And mind you, Prodigy Pioneer was open, bro. He used to talk about Third Eye, Illuminati, all type of shit, early
Didn't they
90s.
kill? Didn't they? I think
Yeah, they did.
they
That nigga
offed
said he
him.
choked on an egg, bro,
Yeah,
in the
so no,
hospital. Some
wasn't
dumbass
that?
shit.
I thought they said he like went off of a
Nah,
he got
nah,
sick or
nah. He
something.
got sick and went to the hospital, right? And they said he died choking on eating an egg, like while he was in the hospital,
Alright,
laid
yeah, they
up in the
playing.
bed type shit. Like what? If you listen to him, if you listen to Prodigy book, right? He'll tell you that he started eating Alkaline and working on his health because he had that sickle cell disease. So he really was going Alkaline. He like, I don't want to activate this shit. And he said as soon as he went Alkaline, he started feeling healthy, strong. So even that shit about him feeling sick, I don't know, bro. I don't know what happened, because they could have just walked in his house, dipped him, and said he died in the hospital. Like, they could say so much shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like the way they bump you off, bro. Like, you never know, or they might relocate you. But a nigga like Prodigy, they don't want nothing to do with him. But niggas, when it comes to, I ain't gonna lie, when it comes to niggas like Pac though, and like certain people, bro, I don't think they did.
Why,
Get that
why
bottle
don't you
cap.
think they why don't you think they did with Pac though? Because honestly, I feel like
That picture he's on the bed, his body was open.
nah, to me, honestly, Pac was so powerful though, and that's my favorite artist, like for real. So that's all. Like, I really feel like they probably did. I don't know if they did it, but they hired. I feel like they hired somebody
Yeah,
to.
to get him
I
off.
don't know.
But
He was talking too much real shit.
I think Pac was distracted by the
Okay.
Nation of Islam. I think
Oh,
they
you don't
grabbed him
even
up
think?
before they killed. Like before he got killed, they like, Pac, these niggas trying to kill you. You gotta come on. You know what I'm saying? Because think about where energy at right now. It's a lot of chiefs that's gonna be walking back on the land, because niggas is realizing that the Aboriginals of the Americas is the so-called African Americans. But a lot of us been here. We started in the regions of Mississippi, South Carolina, North Carolina. Think about that landmass alone. It's all green. It's all green. When you drive down there, bro, even when you drive state to state, from just California to Texas alone, that should be empty. Imagine the deep south, right? When you in the south and you driving across all that green land, you think nobody was inhabiting that. When even like what I was saying earlier, Christopher Columbus got stories of America. Why you think he wanted to go? They tell you that bullshit that he thought he was in India and he called them the Indians. No, he had direct, like he found some papers that said, hey, it's some black people over there in America with hella gold, hella fruit, hella oil. They got resources. Like, if you ever go there, you gonna hit. So them niggas was like, shit, let's go hit. That was a lick, bruh. Christopher Columbus went on a lick. He went to go hit, bruh. Let's keep it a bean. He went to go tear off the Aboriginals off their land. You know what I'm saying? So they be trying to make it seem like it's, oh, this was a great discovery and shit like that. It was already plenty of countries.
There's people already here, bro.
Yeah,
Like
we
they say,
probably was.
black people here already.
I think we probably was dealing with. He said 10.
Oh, we got 10. Okay, okay.
But I think they. I think he was already. I think he was dealing with. I think we was dealing with damn near pale skinned people. You know what
You
I'm
said
saying?
pale skin?
Like I think we probably was even dealing with white folks in Africa. Cause you got it's a group of white people called Afrikaners, bro. They more African American. If some Afrikaners in South America and they white, but they indigenously there in Africa. So they more African American than us. Them niggas was born there and they white. So what I'm thinking of it is like I think we was probably even dealing with white folks here, like in the Americas before Christopher Columbus. I feel like we was already trading with them, doing shit, because some people had that respect. But I think it was a group of people. I think it was a group of people who sat down I feel this is what I really truly think, because you know about the Vatican, right? Okay. So the Vatican, they hiding information, they hiding gold, they got all of our ancient artifacts in the Vatican, everything about Black history. So all these sites that you go to, the Grand Canyon, the pyramids, bro, all that
Ain't
shit.
there pyramids in the Grand Canyon?
Yeah, it's pyramids in the Grand Canyon, but it's pyramids in Mexico, it's pyramids in Antarctica, Alaska, it's pyramids in all China's all over the world. But this is the thing. Before all of them became, you gotta think about 1920s, 1930s, 1940s, all them world wars, you know what they was doing? Taking shit, extracting shit, rewriting history. It wasn't them fighting and shooting each other. They were going to landmarks, taking it, cleaning shit out so they could rewrite history. So nowadays you just hear about World War I, World War II. No, them was missions. That's, you know how I learned about that? Play Call of Duty, play the Call of Duty missions.
You said Call of Duty?
Yeah, like all the Call of Duty campaigns, they deep.
I gotta get into that then.
Bro, because like I didn't realize as a kid, you know, you just playing Call of Duty, you go straight to multiplayer. When you play them campaigns, you see what the military ops really be. They put it in there, bro. Wow. Like they literally go places to just take shit. They're not defending, protecting nobody. They literally have whole missions, and their whole mission is killing people just to take something, a file or a document. And I'd be like, yo, they did all that for a document? You know what I'm saying? But when you playing as a kid, you don't realize it. Playing Black Ops and all this shit.
They put that shit in
your
movies
face.
and yeah, in your
But when it
games,
hit Call of Duty campaign, I'm like, nah, I get the movies, but this crazy, not the video game. No,
man,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, they already, bro, I've been exposed to this like years ago, bro. Like I just never talk about it, but you feel me? But like even in the movies and stuff, yeah. I be checking out certain movies. And I'm like, I like cloning movies. Yeah. I like movies about
What's your
like
favorite
future.
Movie?
The Island, bro. I always say this, The Island. Have you ever checked that out?
I never seen it. I gotta watch that.
It's just a cloning center. The clones kind of got smart and was like, what the fuck going on? You know what I'm saying? They get crazy. Yeah, it's a long story, but go check it out.
I was just watching iRobot yesterday. That shit
iRobot's dope.
See, when I was young, I knew about all these movies, but watching them now, like again, that should be hidden. But my favorite movie, y'all gotta watch it, Inception.
Oh, I like that one.
That shit crazy.
That one a trip. You gotta watch that a couple times.
I swear, you gotta be like. I had seen it before, but when I had seen it again, and these niggas was in layers of sleep, I'm like, yo, that's a lot of people walking around in this world. They stay in layers of sleep. So that's why when you see some people, they looking at their phone everywhere, it's because they inside of a world, inside of a world, inside of a world. You know what I'm saying? Like they in layers of it.
Have you ever you know anything about the metaverse?
Yeah.
Now this okay. This
Bro, I was
is
watching Ready Player One. I was just watching. Have you ever seen that movie?
Yeah,
Ready Player One. Yeah, that's all about the VR, virtual reality, the metaverse.
This nigga had
an exosuit on and was talking to the girl, and the girl was feeling on him and shit. And he
Yeah.
This nigga in the house by himself, getting felt on by artificial. I'm like, yo, they trying to.
You can feel like your senses and stuff is in touch when you got them things on.
Yeah,
but. I feel like that's what's gonna really be happening because at this point, like when I was watching Black Mirror, I love that. That's like
Black
one of my
Mirror,
favorite shows.
I gotta check that out because people been telling me to watch it ever since I got on my consciousness, but I never checked that out yet.
They got them dog robots where they was taking out people like at the end of the, like, you know what I'm saying, like the end of what was going on.
And they got them now. The police dog robots. And they got them in the New York Department Sheriff. The chief executive. He like, shit, we finna start putting these things out. Times Square. But them bitches gonna pop you and not feel nothing. You think the police now kill you and they don't got no heart. Okay, let these AIs get some poles, some guns, and able to shoot. And they not shooting no 9mm chamber hollow tips. These niggas gonna be shooting some type of plasma bolt. Dude, shut your whole body down. Your ass gonna
they got right.
They
got rights too. They got rights. So even if you
robots, if you kick them or defend yourself.
Yeah. I heard about it. I was learning about that too. Like I like robot stuff. So
but I'm not gonna cap though, bro. Like artificial intelligence. This is how I think about it. And we gonna end it off on this because we ending this.
I know. We're gonna do a part 2 though.
Part 2, yeah, no. Part 2 definitely coming. Part 2 definitely coming. But with artificial intelligence, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna have to be used as a tool. So it could be used for good or bad. Like a lot of people, they're like, oh, we going back to nature. We figuring out who we is, Aboriginal to the planet. Nigga, we're not gonna be running through the trees no more. That time is over. So even when people say we from America and all this shit, we're not gonna go back to just on the beaches eating peaches and shit like that. We gotta go through a time, but honestly, we gotta go through the dark ages first. So after all this shit shut down, that's why you hear about the U.S. dollar collapsing and shit like that. You hear about the America U.S. dollar, people not taking it, like countries like Africa and China. They don't want to even deal in their dollars no more. They like, yo, keep your whole totalitarian government. See, it's not that when they say the dollar is running out, it ain't that they don't got no more dollars. They can keep printing that shit all they want, but the more you print, the more it lose value. That's what a recession is. A recession means when they print too much money. You know what I'm saying? So when that money get printed up so much, it's worth less, worth less, worthless. The money's worthless.
So them words come in.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's literally worthless. It's not worth anything, especially when you printed so much of it. But with the artificial intelligence, it's like a gun. A gun can be used to harm. It can be used to build. You can use a pickaxe, and you could use a hoe or a shovel or something. You could dig something up and help something, or you could use a pickaxe to hit somebody in the head or chop a tree down. Because, I was about to say you could chop a tree down with a pickaxe, but that's about detrimental to the earth too. You know what I'm saying? But then even when we used to build and use things from the environment, it was a respect. So even if we chop down a tree, we're gonna use everything in the tree, bro. Right. Another thing with the animals and why I don't eat meat. Hunters, when they shoot animals, they make sure they're not looking away because the hormones jump out in the meat. That fear, they don't want that animal being in fear before it dies, so they shoot it while it's not looking. You know what I'm saying?
I heard about that.
You heard about that, so that's why I don't eat meat too. That energy. So that's why. So even if we grew our farm grown meats and things like that, we'd be good. But coming into this new era, this new journey, in this new life that we come in, this new frequency, you have to look past skin color. You got to look past the things that they told you and read frequency. So even when you think about artificial intelligence on the movie I, Robot with Will Smith, he was like, then they're being what you call racist to the robot, like judging them, like can't trust them the whole time. He could have used the robot to his advantage if he would have got to know it and understand the program. You know what I'm saying? But he just automatically thought robots is evil. Saying how we think crack is evil, or how crackers think white people evil, or how Mexicans think black people, or however. Once all of them ideologies is broke down and struck down, because if a big robot came in the sky, it ain't gonna be, oh, this a white boy, this a Mexican. We gonna get together and get to trying to figure it out quick. All them divide and conquer tactics gonna be gone. So with artificial intelligence and with this new life, bro, let's use things as a tool. You know what I'm saying? Not let it use us. You know what I'm saying? But hey, it's Omari Shabaka. We on the Vine Rebel Show. Y'all tap in with the content,
man.
We had
a good convo,
yeah. We gonna be building.
Hey, we got part 2 coming for sure.
I told her she was gonna get some fire because I came off work. I ain't smoking nothing, so I ain't even getting no relax. You called me right on the flow state. You know what I'm saying? So
we definitely, man, and I appreciate you because for real, like I said, I don't really get a chance to like get in and talk to people about, you know what I'm saying, certain things that I be
pondering
at work
on
and
all
stuff.
the
Yeah, I be
time.
at work and listening to my stuff. I be the same people you be listening to. I be tapped into. But you gotta have certain people to talk to about it. So
I'm gonna start sending you little downloads I'll be listening to too and shit. Now that I know you tap in with the information, because I'll be like, I want somebody to send me the info and things like that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah though, y'all, we out though. Peace. But yeah, I'll send you some of that.